Section 2.2, Part 2, Circles. Definition of a circle. A circle is a set of all points in a plane that are fixed distance r from a fixed point hk. The fixed distance r is called the radius of the circle. The fixed point hk is called the center of the circle. The equation of the circle then is the quantity x minus h, quantity squared, plus the quantity y minus k squared is equal to r squared. The center is hk, the radius is r. So if I asked you to graph x minus 2 quantity squared plus y minus 3 quantity squared is equal to 1, remember it has to be in the format of x minus h quantity squared, y minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared. So I have x minus, so my h must be 2. And then I have y minus, my k must be 3, so my center is 2, 3. R squared is 1, so my radius is 1. So center of 2, 3, a radius of 1. If I were graphing it, I would probably put a dot where the center is, and then I would do 1 from the center in all directions, the 4, and then I would connect them. The next one, x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to 4. Well, here I don't have an x minus, I have an x plus. So I could think of it as x minus a negative 2. And I could think of this as y minus a negative 3. I just rewrite it a different way. So I have x minus, so negative 2 is my h, negative 3 is my k, and 2 squared is r squared, 4 is r squared, so 2 squared is r squared, so r is 2. So if I were graphing it, I would graph the center point of 2, negative 3, and then from this point, I would go 2 in all directions, and then I would draw my circle. Find the center, radius, and graph the equation x minus 2 quantity squared plus y minus 5 quantity squared is equal to 17. So my center is 2, negative 5. Okay? My radius is the square root of 17. And if you don't have a calculator with you while you're doing some of your homework or doing some of your work, you could estimate this. I know 4 squared is 16 and 5 squared is 25, so I would say this is probably like 4.1. I mean, it's really close to 4. And put in your calculator 4.12. So let's graph it. Center, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my center. And my radius is a little over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a little over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, a little over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, a little over 4. 2, 3, 4, a little over 4. And then now that you have that, connect the dots. And I'm not a very good artist, but... And there's my circle. What's supposed to be a circle. Find the center, radius, and graph x squared plus y squared minus 8x plus 4y minus 8 is equal to 0. Well, it's not in the format that we learned. We learned about a format that was x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to r squared. It doesn't look like that. That has x squareds and x's in there. So the first thing you want to do is you want to put in a format, that format. So you want to complete the square. So bring all your x's together and group them, and bring your y's together. So that's what I did here. Same thing, I just moved the minus x, 8x with the x squared and the plus 4y. And then that minus 8 I moved to the other side because that'll become part of your r squared. So if you remember from algebra, completing the square, you take your coefficient of your x. Your coefficient of your x is negative 8. You divide it by 2. So you have negative 4 and you square it. So I'm going to put a negative 4 quantity squared there. Negative 4 squared is 16. So what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. Since I added 16 here, I have to add 16 here. Same thing here. Coefficient of my 4, or y is 4, divided by 2 is 2. So I have a 2 squared there. 2 squared is 4. So what you do to one side, you do to the other. So now this first set of numbers factors to x minus 4 quantity squared. The second one factors to the square root of that, which is y, the square root of that, which is 2. And if you notice, I didn't write 16 there and I didn't write 4 there. And the only reason I didn't is because whatever you write here becomes the minus or plus. This right here, that's a plus 2. There's your plus 2. Okay? And 16 plus 4 plus 8 is 28. So now it's in the correct form. So now you can read right now. Center is 4, negative 2. The radius is the square root of 28. Remember that 5 squared is 25 and 6 squared is 36. So it's somewhere between 5 and 6. So just take a guesstimate if you don't have your calculator. But it's about 5.3. So now if I graph it, 4, negative 2 is right there. And I go about 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's, oops, sorry, it's more than 5, 5 and a third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 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 5 and a third. And then connect your dots. And I'm not much of an artist, as I told you before, so. There. So there's my circle. Homework is 68 through 86 even and 104.